we are moving on now to our show match for next week. Eddie, what's our show match going to be?
TSM versus Cloud9.
Okay, so TSM versus Cloud9.
Yeah.
This is not just our show match, it's the LCS's show match also. And the way we're going to do this is every single week, we are going to get the best match we find. That's the most interesting, has the most rivalry, whatever we choose, that is our show match, we're going to call it. And we're going to go through and we're going to guess the overall winner. We're also going to guess each individual lane of who's going to win at 15 minutes. If you guess the winner correct, you get 5 points. If you guess each lane correct, you get 1 point each. Okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
The next week, we're going to go through. We're going to just talk about who won, whatever. And the final points each week, we're going to get, if I win,
you get a point.
then I get a point. If you win, you get a point. And it goes towards our game score. The same stuff that Eddie just won.
Mini games.
So we're currently at 1-1. Next week, we'll be adding 2 points. He might get 1 on the game. I might get 1 on the show match. We'll see what happens. And if it's a tie, we're just not going to count it.
We're just, well, the chances
or we
of
both just get 1 point, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's a tie.
Yeah, well, if it's
So-
a tie, it doesn't really count. So.
Unless we all say the exact same thing with the winning lanes, which
Yeah.
we don't know what we've said. Very possible. But yeah, that's basically it. So, Eddie, do you want to start with who you think is going to win TSM versus Cloud9? And we'll go back and forth with first, so
Okay,
we're
well-
not copying.
It might be the closest match Cloud9 has ever had, but you're still, they're undefeated and clearly head and shoulders above everyone else.
Mhm.
So Cloud9 is definitely going to win this game.
Okay. I'll let to say I have also had Cloud9 as my choice of winning the game.
Yeah, I mean,
I think anyone would choose Cloud9 at this point. They're on a streak. It's like when you're at a roulette table and it's gone red 30 times.
yeah.
You go red.
Unless you're a hardcore TSM fan,
Yeah.
you're saying Cloud9 is gonna win.
Yeah. So I will go to top lane next.
Okay.
I have, just make sure I'm not changing it up. I have Licorice winning top lane for
Okay.
Cloud9.
I have Broken Blade
Ooh.
coming out at 15 minutes.
You're just doing
having a
this.
higher.
You're doing this off the top of your head, right?
Yes.
I looked through all the stats for this split so far.
Okay.
And that's how I determine my lane winning. So this is what we're really going to see, if it's by heart or by stats.
Licorice has either strong lane or has not that great of laning. So he has come out of a couple matchups with lower CS than his opponent. So I'm not saying Licorice isn't gonna win like the lane
No, yeah.
outright, but at 15 minutes, Broken Blade is gonna have more.
100% Licorice, I think, was the top lane was my closest on stats. And I kind of just went with Cloud9. They've been dominating. Hopefully they get an early lead, which leads to...
Yeah, which leads to a gold
Yeah, that was my idea. I don't have Cloud9 for all the lanes, though. So don't
Okay.
think that. All right,
Okay.
Eddie, we're going to the jungle. Who do you think's going to have it?
Well, it's Blabber.
Blabber?
Come on,
I also have Blabber.
Future MVP. He's going to be the MVP of the split, or at least he's on track to be MVP on the split. He was MVP of the split last split. And then he's up against a pretty much rookie jungler.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense to say Blabber, just with everything. And hopefully, with Blabber winning, this will give him the push.
to be player of the week.
No, not just that. But it will push C9 towards winning their other lanes.
Yes.
And that's why I have Licorice winning top.
Okay. Wow.
It's a whole thing I got here,
Wow.
Eddie.
So,
All right.
but for jungle will be the hardest one for us to rate
Yeah.
because you can free farm and then have more gold.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out. We don't have the exact score down. We'll let you know before we obviously talk about the scoring next
Yeah.
week.
We'll have to figure out
But-
game impact and other
Yeah,
things like
there's
that.
a lot of stuff we have to talk about, but it'll be all set for next week. We
Yeah.
just kind of came up with this idea and we're like, let's do it.
Let's
And it's
put
not
it
that
in.
important to figure out the scoring beforehand. It's not fun if you know how you're getting scored. You just gotta guess, you know?
Yeah, it's not. We're gonna play a game without knowing how to play the game.
Exactly.
Okay,
All right,
perfect.
so we're on to the mid lane. I have Bjergsen for TSM. Even though I said C9's winning, I have him.
I'm gonna go Niski.
All right, we're really flipping it up
Yeah,
here.
I just think, I guess technically Bjergsen could come out with more money, but I think Nixie has so much lane pressure
Mhm.
and so much pressure on other lanes.
I really gambled here because the thing is, mid is such an important lane, and usually where your mid lane is, for the most part, is determining where you are in the game.
It's also not a bad pick because Bjergsen is definitely TSM's
Yes.
best performing player
100%.
right now, so it's not a horrible pick.
Yeah, but the thing is, with it being the mid lane, being like, if someone's losing mid lane, usually you're losing the game. Like, mid lane is a lot to push through, so for me to say C9 winning and guessing Bjergsen, I'm gambling here.
You're really gambling.
But if all my gambles come through,
I guess you win.
I win. Exactly. You got to gamble to win.
Okay.
All right, Eddie. We'll start with, want to start with, do it at the same time? Or,
For the bot lane matchup?
yeah, we'll do ADC first.
Okay. Well, I like to put the bot bot lane together on who's
Okay.
gonna win. Like,
Well, I have them on the same team too. So,
okay,
all right.
so
Who do you got? You got to say it.
I'm gonna go Sven and Vulcan. They're
Okay.
they're just too good right
That
now.
that's who I got.
Yeah,
I
they're
got
just-
Sven.
they're too good right now.
Vulcan. When we were planning all this stuff out, we were talking earlier. I was asking Eddie what he thought Vulcan's KDA was, and he's like super high. I'm like, what do you think? He's like 12. I'm like, he's like 23.
Yeah, like they're nuts right now. Like they've been smashing literally every lane.
Yeah.
I
I think Sven had 12 though. So
think Doublelift and Biofrost, other than a couple of like little ints that Biofrost does, are on
it's
track
gonna be
to-
close, I think.
Yeah, they're on track to be the second best bot lane right now. Maybe they're third or fourth, but they're improving at a really high rate. So I think it might be the most like contentious matchup.
Mhm.
But Sven and Vulcan are still.
I really
strong.
think that's going to be an interesting match to watch. I think
Yeah.
every lane, there's a very strong possibility of it going either way. I do still think Cloud9 will stomp.
I think Cloud9 will just win because of their team play is just
100%.
significantly better and their macro and their aggression to how they play the map. Like, dude, I was just watching the games. I'm taking my notes. I'm like, yep, Blabber gets 3 kills out under 5 minutes. Wait, what? I'm like,
just so
what-
casually.
What is going on? I'm just typing. I'm like, as I'm taking my notes, watching the games, I'm just like, oh, this game's just fucking over, isn't it? I'm like, well, what's the point of watching the rest
Hey,
of it?
Cloud9 just playing with their food at this point.
Yeah, so Cloud9 wins it. The only matchup I have TSM winning is Broken Blade, and then you just have Bjergsen.
I have Bjergsen winning. Yep.
Okay,
That is my.
so it's pretty easy for us to tie.
It is.
So
I was hoping you were gonna throw because I know you're a Doublelift fan. I thought you were hoping you were gonna throw that bot lane on Doublelift.
Nah, he's just not big enough champion pool right now. He's only really been playing Aphelios, and Sven and Vulcan are just too good.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Like we said, they're one of the top bot lanes in the world right now, stat wise. Obviously, they're not going against the same opponents as everyone else, but stat wise, they're
Yeah.
so up there with being the best.